Good evening. Welcome to Mac and Talk number 76 for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. I am your facilitator, Chanelle Allen, and I'm glad that you are joining us now or later on via the podcast recording. Mac and Talk is a Q&A conference call for anyone with Mac questions, whether you are considering the purchase of one, which may be relevant this time of year, or you need some encouragement getting started with VoiceOver and some tips. Or perhaps you are a longtime Mac user with a question or a bit of expertise. For whatever reason, like I said, am super glad you are here and spending a little bit of your holiday season with us. Before we get started with the main call, we have a few announcements. Now, before I even get into those, before I forget, it's really important that you stay until the end of the call, if at all possible, because we are having an iBug drawing for an Amazon gift card. It's going to be all randomized, if I can talk today. Herbie will be taking down your names and assigning you a number, and then we'll ask our S lady for a number, and one of you will be a lucky winner. So, with all of that said, let's talk about iBug. If you don't know much about us, which I think most of you do, or if you just want to know what we have going on, the best way is our website, ibugtoday.org. There you may register to become a member. Registration is free. Participation in any and all of our workshops and social events is free. And by registering, you basically provide your name and email. When we have an event coming up, you will be notified. Other things on the website include archives for listening to previous workshops. But if you'd rather listen to those workshops via YouTube, that is definitely possible via our iBug Today YouTube channel. Just search for iBug Today on YouTube. And if you prefer a smart speaker or a certain podcast app, we've got you covered there too. Just ask for iBug Buzz, iBug Mac and Talk, iBug Cafe, and iBug Apple Workshop. All right, so as far as our announcements, this is the last meeting until December 31st. We have no meetings between December 24th and December 30th. There will be no movie this Friday because that's included in that time frame. There will also be no movie the following Friday on January 2nd. However, we would love for you to come to the iBug New Year's Eve celebration on Wednesday, December 31st. Join the fun and frivolity at 7 p.m. and stay till 11:30 p.m. This will include the movie Penny Serenade and the iconic ball drop from Times Square, New York City. And then we get up and going again because iBug Unplugged is Saturday, January 3rd at 7 p.m. And our topic is 2025 successes and 2026 goals, desires, and predictions. And then we are talking about a really great book and our iBug Vila Book Club on January 8th. And we have a new start time for that, as all iBug events, or most of all iBug events, are moving to 7 p.m. This book club is going to do the same. And so the book is Clara and the Sun by Katsuo Ishiguro. And the DB number is 102764. I'd be happy to give that to you again if you need it. And again, that is Thursday, January 8th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And finally, our iBug Apple Cafe. Oh dear, I want to combine the two. Our iBug Cafe, where we take a deep dive into an app or category of apps. And this is on Sunday, January 11th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And the topic is all about WhatsApp. That is a very feature-rich app. You can do so much with it. Definitely, there's a lot to learn. So join us for that. And of course, we will have our iBug Buzz at its usual Monday time. Not this coming Monday, of course, but the following Monday. All right, now it's time to go around the virtual room. So tell us who you are, where you are calling from, and if you are a first time listener or first time caller. So I am Chanelle living in Houston, and we did not hear you, Herbie.
Audio now unmuted.
Hi, I'm Carolyn from Virginia.
Hi, Carolyn.
I'm in Dallas.
Hi.
Hi, Brad.
This is Pete in Florida.
Hi, Pete. Welcome.
Thanks.
This is Robert in Arizona.
Welcome, Robert.
This is Shireen. I'm a recent graduate of the fall 2025 MAC class
Yes,
in New
glad to have
Hampshire.
you. All right.
Tim in Indiana.
Hi, Tim. Welcome.
Jesse from the mountains of North Carolina.
Hi, Jesse. Glad to have you too.
To be here.
Dan, Southern California.
Hi, Dan. Welcome.
Brian from Ontario.
Welcome, Brian.
Jessica from Massachusetts, and I just recently finished the MAC class as well.
Yeah, you did. Great. Welcome.
Dexter Kalyani, West Bengal.
All right. Welcome, Dexter. Glad to have you here at this time of early morning.
Not too bad, 6:30 a.m.
All right.
Where did he say he's from?
India.
He's in India.
India. Ooh, that's commitment.
Yep.
Hello, Chanelle. I'm Giza. How are you doing?
Hi, Giza. Glad that you could join.
Oh, thank you. Hi.
John, BC, Canada.
Welcome, John.
And it's my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday. Thanks for spending it with us.
Oh,
That's
glad
awesome.
to be here.
Chanelle?
Yes?
This is Gail. I couldn't, for some reason, when I got muted, I couldn't unmute again.
Well, you did now, so glad to have you here.
Okay, thank you.
Sandhya in Houston.
Oh, Sandhya. Yay.
Hi.
Hi. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, if you didn't introduce yourself now, don't hesitate to ask a question later. The floor is open to you, whether you have introduced yourself or not. So, and I don't think we had anyone new because Carolyn, you've joined us before, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you back. All
Thank
right.
you.
So who would like to get started with a question?
I have a question. I'm Carolyn.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay. I'm getting my Mac Thursday because it's already in the house. Santa's brought it.
Yay. All right.
So anyway, when is your next Mac class going to be? Do you know?
In March. So
Okay.
go ahead and send an email. Find our contact info on the iBug Today website, or even if you just email ibugtoday@gmail.com, they are more than happy to pass it along to me, and I'll add you to our waiting list.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Next question, please.
Robert.
Yes, Robert.
This is a slight concern. The last several days when I've turned on my Mac and put in my password, it says VoiceOver comes on and says VoiceOver, but then it says that Finder is not responding. I wait a few seconds and press the left arrow, right arrow, and then it announces the Finder, and I'm wondering whether it's anything I should be concerned with.
All right. And so this is when you first log into your computer?
Yes, when I first turn on the computer, because I always turn it off at night.
All right. Who would like to provide some help to Robert?
This is Brad.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Repeat the issue. I'm sorry.
I log in and I wait for the computer to start, and VoiceOver announces that VoiceOver is on, but then it says Finder not responding, and I wait 4 or 5 seconds, nothing. I usually press the right or the VO right arrow or left arrow, and shortly thereafter it says Finder.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately on my MacBook Pro that I don't keep on all the time. One thing you can do is try to relaunch Finder. You can do it with the keyboard command, Command Option Shift, and then press the Escape key. That will do force quit without you. Force quit for the application that has focus. In this case, that's Finder. And that might help. At least that way you don't have to open the force quit dialog, but you should be able to do that, and you'll hear it say something like relaunching Finder. But yes, you run in Tahoe, right?
Yes,
Yeah. I have been seeing that lately, and more so with 26.2 than I did with 26.1. What kind of Mac do you have?
I have a MacBook Pro with an M4. Last year's edition.
Well, one thing I would suggest is don't turn it off. Just close the lid. It'll go to sleep. You leave it plugged in, of course. I mean, restart it every so often, but it seems to happen after a reboot. And I have a desktop Mac Studio that I never turn off. Well, I reboot it once a week, every 10 days, something like that. I don't experience it over there because I never shut it off, but I am experiencing it frequently on the MacBook Pro.
Okay, thanks, Brad. I'll try that.
All right. Yeah, I've even noticed it. Finder does that. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. All right. Who wants to go with our next question, please?
Otherwise, I'm more than happy to ask an impossible question, and you really don't want that.
Well, you suggested it. I'd say.
All right.
The impossible.
It's going to be impossible. So I recently got the updated AirPods Max. And one significant thing they now support is USB-C, which on the whole is great, except it's a little bit harder to find the port.
Just for charging, right?
Just for charge. Well, this is where I'm getting into the problem.
Okay.
One of the things they've introduced now with USB-C is you can connect any device to any USB-C cord and the other end and it'll use the USB-C port instead of the Bluetooth. And
you mean for wired headphones?
Yep. So
like you used to have to buy that little adapter.
Yes, but
okay, now you can just
Yeah, so here's where that's a problem. If I want to use my Mac to charge the headphones, and I have the headphones connected to my phone, then it decides that, we're going to switch over to your Mac.
Yeah, mine does that.
And that's what you're going to be connected to.
Okay, hang on. Repeat. You are.
If you use the USB-C cord on your Mac to charge the headphones.
And how does it know whether you're trying to charge them or whether you're trying to use?
It decides that you're going to be connected to the Mac.
But
I was wondering if there was a way to turn that off.
Okay, wait a second. I'm okay.
And it
you plug in the USB-C to USB-C wire.
Yes.
And you plug the USB-C. Of course, one end's plugged into the headphones, and the other end is plugged into one of the Mac's Thunderbolt USB-C ports.
Yep.
Does it listen to? Well, obviously that would cut off Bluetooth, correct?
It'll cut off Bluetooth, and I mean that part's fine because I'm not going to.
Are you able to hear the sound from the Mac through the headphones?
Yes, if you put the headphones on, then yes, you can.
Is it charging?
Yes.
Okay.
Problem maybe.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, now.
But here's the problem, and if you already have them connected to your Mac,
mm-hmm.
That's not.
You mean through Bluetooth? Through
Bluetooth, but if you have them connected to your phone via Bluetooth, then it switches over the connection completely from your phone to the Mac, and you have to, if you want them back to your phone, once you unplug them, you have to go open your phone, open Bluetooth. And double, so it treats it when you plug them into the USB-C like your parent telling
wired
the Mac
headset
to connected them. Yep.
And so, and what are you trying? And your impossible question is, you want to plug it into your Mac, but you want it to charge it, but you want it to stay connected to your phone?
Exactly.
I don't think you can do that. I mean,
I don't think you can either.
I don't have a pair of those, but I'm listening to what you're saying. That seems to me the way it's designed. If you plug in the wire and then plug the wire into a sound output device, it's going to do the sound there. Now,
right now, my only workaround is to just not use my Mac to charge them. But
well, not when you're wearing them and using them on your phone.
Well, I have other plugs, like I have other USB-C plugs out. You know, like I have a tower that has like a USB-C cord attached to it that I can use to charge.
Well, how about if you need to charge them while you're wearing them and they're connected to your phone? Do you not take the USB-C to USB-C wire and plug it into a 20-watt AC charger and plug that into an AC outlet?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay,
it's just with my setup, sometimes it's more convenient to plug it into direct. Use my Mac
but
to charge things.
Seems to me that what it's doing is what it's designed to do. If you have the USB-C wire and you plug it into another sound output device, it will get its sound, which is interesting that it does that now. That's kind of nice, but I can understand.
It can be nice, and it can also be inconvenient because,
Let's see what Pete wants to say.
I was going to point to the fact that I think you said, Herbie, that you've got it paired, Bluetooth paired to your Mac. Why don't you unpair it, forget it, and does it do the same thing?
You can't.
Because it goes through the cloud.
It will. Well, because when you pair any AirPod, you don't just pair them with one device at a time. If you pair it with one device, it is paired with all of your devices that are signed into the same Apple ID.
But one has to be a controlling device.
No, it's not that way. If you unpair it from your Mac, you're going to unpair it from everything. What it's doing is he wants to use it as Bluetooth, but as soon as you plug in the wire, it's no longer functioning as a Bluetooth device. I mean, I'm not an engineer, but that's just what it sounds like to me. I mean, I have the original AirPods Max that have Lightning, so I haven't had the opportunity to use it this way. But I know that if I plug in the wire that comes with them, of course, it won't charge because it's a headphone wire. But as soon as I plug that wire in and then plug that wire into a headphone jack, the headphones cease to function as a Bluetooth.
What happens when this is Pete, when you unplug it?
Goes right back to being a Bluetooth.
To under the control of the phone?
So
it goes right back to being a Bluetooth device.
The cord
so this is Herbie.
Would the Bluetooth connection to your phone not take over?
No, so this is Herbie.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Herbie.
No, this is because this is what I don't like. It stays connected to the Mac, so I have to go in on my phone and tell it to, go back to the phone.
You might try doing what I have done. At least I've not done this with my AirPods Max, but I have sort of. But what I have done with my AirPods Pro is I tell them how you can tell it to always connect.
Oh yeah, I've done that on both devices already.
I've told my AirPods Pro to connect to my phone automatically, but not to connect. I've gone into every single other device and told the AirPods Pro only connect when last connected. I have told my AirPods Max to only connect to my MacBook. I don't think I've told it to connect to anything I can't remember, but
I could give it a try and see if it.
It seems to me it's doing what it's designed.
It is.
Have you told it to always connect to the Mac or only connect when last connected?
Everything is set to only connect when last connected. So.
Yeah, when you plug in that means that when you plug in the wire and it's connected to the Mac wire with the wire, when you unplug the wire, for some reason, I guess it's decided that what it's going to do is stay connected to the Mac until you tell it to connect to something else.
Yep.
That's interesting.
This is Chanelle.
Yes, Chanelle.
And it kind of resembles, because you can plug in a Magic Keyboard via a USB cord. Like I got a new Magic Keyboard, one of the old models that I prefer, but, and it just, once it's like the USB somehow activates the Bluetooth, and so it just stays connected even when you remove the USB, even if you didn't formally add it in Bluetooth devices or whatever. So,
but do you have a Magic Keyboard with Lightning or USB?
Oh, Lightning.
Because that's designed to pair with the device that you connected. You connect a Lightning wire from the keyboard to a Mac. It
just
pairs
for the
it with
first
that
time,
Mac.
and it to pair it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it only will pair with one device. See where the
Right.
AirPods are designed to switch devices.
Right.
Hot switch.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess
That's not a great
It's
example.
different.
Okay.
They're designed differently.
Yeah. Okay.
But that is neat because if you wanted to switch from one Mac to another, you just use a wire and plug it in, and now it's paired with that device. I don't know, Herbie. That just sounds like that's interesting because that just sounds how it's designed. So you're going to have to charge it with an AC adapter if you want to charge it while using it with iPhone. I mean, can you try plugging it? Have you tried plugging it into your iPhone? It should charge off your iPhone.
I have plugged it into the iPhone. I never paid attention to whether I actually charged it up, but that's interesting.
It should charge. That's the way the iPhones are designed. They'll charge something.
Oh, yeah, that is
of course,
true.
now it's sucking off your iPhone's battery, but
that's fine.
You can always slap a MagSafe charger on the back and,
yeah.
So this is Herbie, just real briefly with somebody, because this affects both of you right now, at least on Zoom. I had to switch to Windows to find the waiting room option, and I cannot duplicate on the Mac what I was able to do on Windows. So
is that because you have not updated your...
Nope, it's updated on both.
It's updated on both. Okay, it's
Yes.
different. Interesting. Okay, because I can't find it anywhere.
I know. I couldn't find it in Host Tools.
So somebody described it earlier as a different panel.
Yeah, but there's still a Host Tools. This is a separate discussion.
Yes.
But I did find a Hosting Tools.
Yes, there is. But like I said, it looks different. Like I was able to it looks different on the dark side. And since both of you should play with it outside of this call, obviously, but you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I've found. Several things are different. Like I can still make it so participants can either unmute themselves or not unmute themselves, but it's not as simple as it used to be. Once you get used to it, it's okay, but there's multiple steps involved now. Anyway.
Okay. I've not done that, but oh, good. I should practice muting everybody.
No, on the Mac. No, I could do it just fine on the Mac now.
You mean muting? Yeah, once you figure it out.
No, it was just the Command Control M.
Yeah, but there was a place that's always been there, but that also mutes everybody. Like.
You're talking about the more info option.
If I have a co-host who's unmuted and is.
Yeah, you have to now go to Host Tools to.
I can go to more options for all participants, and it's in there, but it's not like it used to be.
Yes,
it
I know
used to be down third from the bottom of the list, and it was a check and uncheck. Now it's different. It's down in there, but I have to interact, go to a thing, and then there's a title, and then there's a toggle on-off switch, not a check, uncheck.
Yeah, but most of the time we can just get away with doing Command Control M space.
Depends on how you're doing it. Let's say you're doing a call and somebody's talking, and I go that to unmute. I just muted the guy that's talking because he's a co-host.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, well, you still have to find.
If I do that.
Yeah, that mutes everybody.
Command,
you're talking about
Command Control M brings up the mute all dialogue, and there's a checkbox in there to either allow people to unmute themselves or not unmute themselves. But when I execute that dialogue, I am now going to mute all. I'm going to mute everyone in the room but myself.
I get that. Okay.
Which means when Michael is talking, of course, muting Michael's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't want to do it while he's speaking. I just want to quietly make it so everyone can unmute. So
This is Sonia.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yes, dear.
Sonia.
I have a totally unrelated question.
Sure, go ahead.
And you probably
Please.
already know this question. You probably heard it multiple times.
Actually, you've not been with us much lately, so we've missed your questions.
You have a backlog, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it's the same dumb question. I'm sorry. Okay, how do I select non-consecutive items? You can just know what I'm going to say already. So
My favorite topic. This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Go in the Finder window, right?
yes.
Okay,
I'm in the
first thing you have-
subdirectory or a folder.
Yeah. Well, in a Finder window, you have a list of items, files, folders, whatever they are, but you would like to select multiple items. First thing you have to do is make sure you are interacted with the folder list scroll area, right?
Right.
Now, using voiceover navigation, you can't just cheat and use up and down arrow. You must use voiceover navigation. From the beginning, you have to navigate using voiceover to your first item. Now, using VO modifier plus the command key, whatever your VO modifier may be, caps lock or control option, either one. I like control option. So VO command, press the enter key. Okay, and you just selected your first item. If you press it enter again, you will unselect the item you just selected, okay, or a selected item. So now you have one item selected. Let go of the command key, but keep your finger or fingers on the VO modifier and navigate up or down arrow to the next item you would like to select. And once you're on it, again, press the command key and press the enter key. And you will hear a little squeaky sound. And it says what it is and now says selected, 2 items selected. Okay. Now let go of the command key, navigate to the next item you would like to select. Hold the command key down again, press enter, and it makes the little sound and says, repeats the name of the file, says selected, and then says 3 items selected. So on and so forth until you have selected all the items you want. As I mentioned before, let's say you select an item you did not mean to select. You let go of the command key, you navigate to that item, you hold the command key down, press it again, and it will say pretty much the same thing, says the name of the item, says unselected, and then says how many items you have selected. Then you can now, as long as you don't move, navigate, you can let go of the VO modifier and any other keys. And now you want to copy it, you do Command C, to select item for copy. Then you can navigate to where you want to either paste the copy, or move the files. But that's it.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to write it down. Might help. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get it from the recording.
This is Gigi.
Yeah, go ahead, Gail.
Okay. I know that this is probably, I have I hate to say how many emails I have, but I get so much spam, and I don't even know how I get all this garbage spam email. It just comes in hundreds of spam emails a day. So I literally, most of the time, I just press delete on my Mac, and then arrow down to the ones I want. A lot of times, I just put the ones I want in I read them, or the ones that I need to keep, I just move them to the keep folder. But and there is no good way to delete on the Mac. You can't select everything and delete a bunch. You have to go one at a time, right?
You might be able to select a bunch the way I just described, but it's a lot easier to just go to an item and press delete, go to the next one and press delete.
just like I'm doing. But I hate to tell you, I've got 4,300. I'm about ready to do select all, but I mean, I have some.
These are spam emails, right?
No, I've got some personal emails within those 4,300s. So,
and they're all in your inbox.
Yeah. And
you don't want to read them. You just want to clear them out, right?
Yeah, but some of them are personal. I like to, but, and I don't know how, a lot of them just, there's no rhyme or reason how I get a lot of these emails. It's like, like car companies and stuff. And it's just
that's spam. Yeah.
Well, I know they're spam. What I'm saying, I know they're spam. But so I'm just sitting there hitting delete. But
I think Jesse had an idea for you. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, you can select multiple emails if they're like contiguous, one after the other. You just hit the shift key and then down arrow.
Right.
And, then you can shift them off to another folder or delete them, whatever you want to do. Do these emails have a unsubscribe at the bottom?
Yeah, but the problem with that is you just told whoever sent you the spam that this is a good email address, and that.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, Shireen?
Yeah, go ahead, Shireen.
So I have a similar problem, except like I know that. So, for example, when my kids were in high school, and I had a lot of emailing to do with their school, I really just want to delete all of the PinkertonAcademy.org. Yeah, PinkertonAcademy.org emails. Can I, if I search for that, will it pull all, however many there are of them? And can I just hit delete from there? Like, can I do that?
Definitely.
This is.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah.
One thing you can do is you can sort your emails by sender. Okay. Then they will all be together. Okay.
Okay.
And then you can go to the first one, and then you can hold the shift key down and do like Jesse said, arrow down while holding the shift key down, and you will start selecting because they're all contiguous. And then you should be able to hit the delete key, and that should delete them all the selected ones.
And Jesse had something, or were you going to say this?
Let's say if you have a bunch of emails from one place, and you want to keep them or something, or do some, store them off somewhere. Just go, the toolbar, search bar, and type in the name and in that toolbar, and then it'll list all of them. And you can select all and copy them to a folder. You could do that.
Or delete them. I think that's what Sharon was getting, or Shireen. I'm so sorry. Shireen was getting at initially is doing that search, and I think that's an excellent way to go about that.
Well, this is Gigi. I'm trying to think.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you say you're going to you type in the search field, you type say, for example, I'm using hers as whatever, the Academy, Pembroke, whatever it was, in the search field, and then all those emails come up, and then you would do the shift down arrow on all those emails and delete them all.
Okay, so search is a multi-step process.
It is.
So first of all, search is kind of quirky. If you don't have your toolbar showing, which I don't, you would want to show that first because it doesn't come up unless you do. So you do Command Option T, then you may have to do Command Option F twice to get into the search field because it's quirky. Then you type in what you want to search for. You need to make sure you get out of the toolbar and go into the mailboxes area. In that mailboxes area, you may need to interact to choose the particular mailbox that you want to search. All mailboxes is an option. Then you can uninteract, move to the right into your list of messages, and you can either assume that all those messages meet your specified criteria, and you can do Command A, Command Delete, or just delete, or you could do the more painstaking Shift down arrow to go through every one, and select the multiple ones in a row, or Brad's process for non-contiguous file selection that we talked about for the Finder would also work in
the
mail.
mailbox?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I've never used it in the mail. Okay.
It does. So that's kind of a shortened process, but that's basically how you search for mail.
And then you have to hide the toolbar again.
Yep.
If that's what you do. I don't hide mine. I just leave it there. Why do you hide the toolbar, Chanelle?
Because it's extra clutter when I'm arrowing around the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's up at the top, and as long as I don't interact with it, it doesn't.
I know.
This is
I get it. Everybody does what works for you. That's cool.
Yep. Go ahead, Pete.
I know in iOS there is when you're attempting to look at the nature of your inbox, you can flick down to a more. Then you've got lots of options. One of which is to block or to send to a junk folder. Is there similar?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Mac, how would you do that? Because that might head off some of these in the future.
I was thinking that. Yes.
It works for me. It's been working in iOS. So if you can highlight ones and then send them to or block them, then you can also delete them as we've just discussed, but it may prevent them from coming in down the road.
So,
maybe not, but maybe.
There are certain email services like Gmail that I have, that kind of use their own junk mail things, so I don't bother with the Macs. But if you want to take a look at junk mail options, definitely have a look at mail settings, Command comma, and then in the toolbar there is a category called junk mail, and you can determine, what behaviors occur, whether the mail is moved somewhere else, whether it's automatically deleted. You can see all your list of blocked addresses. So there's a number of things there in mail settings you can take a look at.
Well, this is Gigi. I have a question because I thought that was the Mac was the way to delete the email, because I thought if you deleted it on the Mac, then it would be, and also I thought it would be deleted on the phone, but that's just not happening.
You can delete on both.
This is Brad. It should.
Go ahead, Brad.
Because as long as you've got it set up as an IMAP, and you should, it's pretty hard nowadays to set something up other than an IMAP. And I'm not even sure. I know you have SBC Global, which is ATT Yahoo.
Right.
I'm not even sure they allow POP anymore. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it should delete. If you delete from one, it should delete from the other.
Yeah,
it may not do it instantly.
Yeah,
but it
because
will.
It's really your account, right? Because it's really your Gmail.
Well, it's really not on your phone. You set up as IMAP what you're looking at, even if you're in the mail client, like on the Mac or the iPhone, or even Outlook on Windows. You are set it up as IMAP. You are looking at the mail server.
Right.
You're not looking at local. So if you delete something, it deletes it from the server, and it should eventually show, disappear from any device that's connected to that mail account.
And this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So I have a different email related question that it's kind of more iBug related, but I'm just curious for any Gmail users. Have you been getting the iBug emails lately? Because I think...
Yes.
I'm outside of the group's IO ones, I mean.
Yes.
I have, yes.
And Gmail specifically users.
I got today's. I got the thing about New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you mean, right? Like I got today's from Chanelle and
Right. No, that's different than
That's the group IO.
Yeah,
But I
not
got
the
one-
groups I own, the ones that iBug themselves
Like
send
the
out.
one that Michael
the
sent
one
out about the movie.
New Year's Eve.
Right.
That was from iBug.
I got
Yes.
the one about
Okay.
New Year's Eve also.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a different problem altogether.
Yeah, Herbie and I are both not getting it.
I have heard some people on some of the calls say they're not getting them anymore.
Yeah,
And I
Michael's
don't know if
advice
they're
on that is to go
Gmail
back
users
in
like you guys or
and
not.
register again.
Right. Well, I think there's something else going on because there was another. At first, I thought it was related to iBug. Then somebody else was asking me yesterday about emails they send out, and I was like, "No, I've not been getting them," and I did not unsubscribe. So, I think there's.
I think the
Gmail-
answer is periodically re-registering because
Yeah. Well, they resubscribed me. That's the annoying thing. But yeah. All right. I'll have to.
like
Do
you two
work.
have to re-register at iBug.
Well, perhaps if we're not getting the emails, I know I wasn't getting them for a while, and then, well, we want to try to keep this germane to the Mac.
I actually do have one that is Mac related.
Okay, well, let's see if there are several people who haven't had a chance to speak yet. We're not pressuring you, but, if you would like to ask a question, even just how to turn it on or how do I do X, Y, and Z with VoiceOver, we love all questions.
ABC with VoiceOver?
What?
How do I do ABC with you mentioned XYZ, but I want to know about ABC.
Because I like the look of XYZ in Braille, so there. I was just picturing that in my head. But anyway, regardless of whether it's XYZ, ABC, DEF, whatever.
This is John.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Just for the Outlook people, I'm on Microsoft Outlook and I've been getting all the iBug, just the regular emails. But I do have a question because I've been trying to use my M2 MacBook Pro with Zoom and USB-C Apple wired earbuds. And even though I have my settings all set to same as system, it keeps changing it on its own to the point that I have to just give up and use the 3.5 millimeter headphones. And I check my sound settings on my Mac and I check my Zoom settings on my Mac and everything seems fine. And I'm just scratching my head at a loss.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I'm sorry that got involved. Repeat that, John.
Oh, yeah. So M2 MacBook Pro with wired Apple USB-C earbuds. The earbuds or the audio keeps defaulting to the MacBook speakers in weird ways.
Sometimes. On Zoom or in other things?
Mainly in Zoom, and I did check my Zoom settings, but it's still.
Okay, try this.
Okay.
When you're in Zoom, and you can even do this and I recommend doing this before you join a meeting, so that it's set the way you want it before you join the meeting. Okay.
Okay.
Put the AirPods in, and the AirPods are connected, and you're hearing, VoiceOver. And I assume you've gone into your VoiceOver settings, gone to sounds, and told VoiceOver to come out of the system default, same as system, okay? Whatever it calls it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Make sure that's so you're listening to the system audio. Okay, now we're out of VoiceOver, and now we're going we've opened Zoom, and I recommend you always open Zoom before you join a meeting. Don't just click on a link and let Zoom open when you click the link. Open Zoom first. And the first 1,000 times you do this, I'm kidding, but open Zoom settings with Command, comma. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go to the category list and select audio. You can usually just type AU, and that should just take it there.
Yeah.
And then you don't even have to stop interacting. Just hit the tab key and go to, I think they don't call it output anymore. It calls it speakers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, your AirPods that you are connected, have in your ears and are listening are the system default. Select same as system, and it should say John's AirPods. system default, right? Or say what you want is same as system. Then in parentheses it says John's AirPods. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you want for the sound in Zoom. Don't select the AirPods; they'll be on the list too. Okay. Because that means you're not listening to your system, and you might end up in a situation where you're hearing Zoom in the AirPods, but the voiceover, it could change. And then you can go down, and what do you want for your microphone to also be the AirPods, correct?
Yes.
And they should be the same as system. If they're not, before you even open Zoom, before you put the AirPods in, you might want to open system settings and go to sound and make sure that the AirPods are selected as your input and your output device. They should automatically do that when you put them in. Okay? But if you confirm that the AirPods are your default, and then open Zoom, go to settings, go to audio, and make sure that you have selected same as system for both your microphone and your speaker. You should be fine. And if you do that consistently, Zoom will learn that that's what you use. Like I tend to use my AirPods Max all the time for my speakers, and I'm using something different for my microphone. But Zoom learns what I do every time. And after I've done it enough and I've opened Zoom, then opened my settings, and I look at it, yep, it's on what I want it to do. After a while, I have confidence that I don't have to do that every time. Unless I change it and do something different, then I'm going to have to train Zoom to do what I want it to do every time. But Zoom will remember.
Okay.
So, John, it was your mic that wasn't staying the same, or was it your output as well?
It was all kind of wonky. Like sometimes I'd hear voiceover in the earbuds and Zoom in the other one, and things kept changing. So I think I'll try to do what Brad said.
This is Brad. Do you sometimes change your voiceover output to be something other than system default?
No, so at the very beginning, when I first connected the earbuds, I left everything as the defaults. All that I did was I just connected the earbuds and chose them under the system sounds. But in recent weeks, it's been behaving strangely.
Forgive me, you said earbuds. Are you talking wireless AirPods or wired?
He's wired.
Oh, this is John.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so they're the Apple branded wired earbuds, USB-C.
Okay, and you plug them into the headphone jack.
The USB-C jack, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never used I use those on my iPhone. I've never used those on my Mac. It should be the same, but I know that. But you may have to select those from the sound settings, because I know that if you plug it into the headphone jack, that changes it from your built-in speaker to the headphone jack, because automatically. But USB-C may not do that. You may have to select that from your sound settings as your output. But does it usually switch automatically?
It did in the beginning, and then recently it stopped. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is John.
No, go ahead.
And funnily enough, I plugged them into I know this is a Mac group, but I plugged them into my PC, and I don't have any of these issues. It's just literally plug and play, and I can even adjust the volume with them. It's
when you plug them into what? That's another device, so yeah.
I would just always adjust anything to do with Zoom in the Zoom app, and make sure it's just set as same as system. And you, when you're in the Zoom app, you can do Command, comma, then AU for audio. You don't even need to interact. Then you can get out of that and look at the things. Well, you'll have to interact with the scroll area, but
you just hit tab and it takes you directly to it.
Okay, well, fine.
But you do have to open the pop-up.
I don't use Tab as much as some people do. But yeah.
You taught me to use Tab.
No, not me. I don't.
I thought you did.
No.
Okay.
I use it. I'm discovering here in this Zoom app, apparently you need to, so many more things are requiring it, but no, I don't. Anyway, so that is, yeah, I hope you, and then like Brad said, making sure your voiceover is set to same as system. That's key.
Okay.
Yep.
And open Zoom and check it before you join a Zoom. I always open Zoom before I join. And then I've always got my headphones and microphone set the way I'm going to use it, even, before I open Zoom. And then, and then I check audio. Of course, I don't check audio anymore because I'm confident that Zoom has figured out what I'm going to do. But I used to check it every time until I realized that wasn't necessary anymore because it was always set on what I wanted it to be.
This is John with one more thing.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So since Brad mentioned the tab, I never used to be a tab kind of person until I started trying to pay my credit card bill on the Calabria MasterCard website card. And which it would ask me to, like, the only way I could bring up the link to read the terms and accept so I can pay my bill was to tab. Nothing else worked.
Some websites are that way.
Jesse,
and some websites don't like Safari, and I have to open them in Chrome instead. So
yeah,
but that's just a website thing.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, I've got a friend who uses VoiceOver on the Mac, and she's trying to get into internet radio DJ stuff, and so she's using a Mac with Audio Hijack, and is using Spotify, and she has other audio sources she wants to add to it. She's got it all hooked up, but she can't seem to get the audio hijack to work and signals to go through it. Can you just give me a suggestion about where she might look to get help?
Great question. Herbie or Brad?
Yeah, Herbie.
Herbie.
All I do is barely scratch the surface, but Rogue Amoeba is really good. You can always write to them and explain what you're trying to do, what your friend is trying to do. I'm sure it just has to do with some setting, and I don't know which audio block it would be, broadcast
go ahead,
or
Herbie.
what. Yeah, Herbie.
So explain again, what are you trying to do?
Okay, so my friend is doing internet DJ work, like on an internet radio station. She has got a Mac. What's that?
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
Okay, so she's got a Mac. She's using VoiceOver, and she's using Audio Hijack. She has MP3s that she'll play. She also has Spotify that she plays tunes through. Okay, so she just is having problems getting the signal to go through. So,
because there is a specific block that you can use for capturing things, and she might want to set up multiple blocks, one for the MP3 player and one for Spotify, and have them together. Let's see, the block I'm thinking of is called, let's see, application. Yeah, that's the block that you want. So I would use the application blocks, and I would have the first one or second, I would have one of them be for whatever she's using to play MP3s, VLC, QuickTime, or whatever, and then the other one I would set up for Spotify. And they should link up with each other if they're right next to each other.
Application blocks that are contiguous.
Yep. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, you would use 2 or 3, however many input sources she uses. You would have a separate application block for each, because the application would be Safari, and then you would access Spotify.com or whatever your input source is, probably through Safari. But I think where you might want to look closer, Jesse, is in the output blocks. There's a block library which has input sources. It has recorder sources, and it has output sources. And that's where I would look to see where she's trying to send the sound. Can it go to an output source like another application block with an internet radio station? Or I don't know how people transmit on internet out to an internet radio audience, but you need to look at each block individually and find out what she's using.
So this is Herbie.
Yeah. Go ahead, Herbie.
So first of all, to answer your question, Pete, that's where you would use the broadcast block, and that's what lets you transmit to internet radio.
Good.
So like in my setup, I have like the application block, the broadcast block, then the output, then the input, which I use for the microphone. And then also make sure with the output, it can play havoc if you're trying to use any kind of Bluetooth. So I recommend not using Bluetooth, but wired. It can be done, but you can have some problems. So that's another thing. But yeah, I would definitely check the application blocks and the output block, and I would make sure the 2 application blocks are next to each other. Mm-hmm. And that should solve that.
Yeah, this is Pete. Just for one more final thing. That's good, Herbie, and I should have known you were doing internet radio. But Jesse, the audio hijack has an audio grid. And what it is, it's kind of like an XY axis grid, and you put blocks next to each other and up and down from each other within that grid. And the audio follows a path from your input through different blocks, and ultimately on the right, it ends up with your output. So if you're not familiar with audio hijack, that's probably a concept you just need to sit down and look at and see what block, if they follow a reasonable step-by-step process from her Spotify to her microphone to connect to the microphone, and then to an MP3 recorder if she wants to record the session, or to a broadcast block, that kind of a thing. Yeah. So that's how I would look at it. But also, as Brad said, Rogue Amoeba is the developer, ROGUE, what is it? AMOE.
Yeah, it's weird. AMOEBA or something.
Just like look in a science book. It's Amoeba.
Amoeba.
But they've got a chat group there, and you can get all kinds of information there.
This is Dexter.
How do you say it? Rogue Amoeba?
Rogue, 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 2 words. Amoeba, AMOEBA.
AMOEBA.
No, I don't think there's an O. It's an I. I'm not
sure. No. It's an O.
It's an O.
Amoeba.
Okay.
Amoeba.
I don't know. I type ROU and it populates my address.
No, you're wrong on both words.
Yeah, it's R. It's
all I know is it auto-populates.
Yep.
I'm sitting down for the spelling bee.
Right.
Right.
I went out early.
Dexter.
Okay, go ahead, Dexter.
I appreciate that, guys.
Rogue Amoeba actually has a user guide for Audio Hijack, the latest version, that is excellent. And I would suggest that she consider getting that, because it may, answer a lot of her questions.
And I think they may even have specific documentation for voiceover, or I know at least AppleVis does.
I just read it yesterday. And it's right in the help menu. If you go to your menus, go over to help on the far right, Jesse,
right
you go
there,
arrow down, and the manual is right there. And it also has a voiceover manual.
Okay, super.
And this is Herbie. Oh, am I hearable?
Yeah.
Yes. Here you go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to let Pete know that you're crackly once again. So,
boy, I thought that was my headset.
No,
okay.
That would be Peter.
Still 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right
still
now, no,
good.
it's it's not as prominent as it used to be, but I've heard it a couple times tonight. I've also heard it a couple times last night when Chanelle was not on here, so that's also how I knew it was you.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right now, it's not. It just did it for like a brief second.
Yeah, it's got a dirty switch. Okay, thanks, Herbie.
It's Shireen.
Yes, go ahead, Shireen.
I just wanted to make a comment to, I think it's Carolyn. Carolyn is the one getting a new Mac for Christmas.
Yeah.
So last month she was asking questions about the case and the keyboard protector and stuff.
Yes.
So, right. So I just want to make sure she knows that you don't have to have that. Like it's not a necessarily, it's not a necessary protective kind of piece. Like, especially if it's just staying at home, it doesn't, you don't have to have the case for it.
Yeah.
And I have learned recently that the keyboard cover can warp your screen if it's not thin enough, or when you close it, it can do something to the screen because it's not making direct contact like it's designed to.
Yeah, a cover for the last month we had a discussion about Mac cases and keyboard covers and things, and so Shireen was just following up with that.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I've been reading on Apple Insider that just even the thinnest thing in there can damage your screen.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell her that, so because she's getting a new one, so it would be terrible to to have her compromised right at the start. But I also don't want her to think she needs it. It's not something that you have to have.
Just don't spill Dr. Pepper on the keyboard.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
Sounds like personal experience.
No, my son did that.
So something I just wanted to mention for anybody using the Messages app, on the latest Mac OS, something different is they've reversed the order of where the conversation list is versus the messages itself. So I just wanted to, because it occurred to me that can throw me off, and I'm inexperienced, but it could definitely throw new people off. But that is a brand new look they've done with 6.2 with the Messages app, as now the conversations list.
Do we have
list of conversations is at the bottom.
26.
26.
Or 26.2.
Whatever it is.
Yes, it's been out for
the latest
a couple
update.
Weeks.
Okay.
It's been out for a couple of weeks.
For the sake of the recording, because somebody could be listening to this now 50 years from now for historical purposes. So the update that Apple released on December of 2025, that particular update has changed the way Messages now looks, with the conversations on the bottom and the actual conversation itself in the middle.
Okay. I was wondering why sometimes when I try to go type in the compose sheet, like do Command N, and then I see the person's name way at the end.
That's why.
That's kind of weird. Okay.
I didn't notice that because I barely use the compose sheet because I save all my. But yeah, that's
I
good to know
can't.
too.
Yeah. Okay.
She likes things neat.
Huh?
You like things neat, not cluttered.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's your way.
All right. Great info. Who would like to ask the next question or raise the next topic?
This is Dan.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I'm just curious. You guys were talking about that internet radio project. How does Spotify fit into that equation?
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
So one of the unique things about Audio Hijack is you can have it pick up any source from any audio application. And Spotify has a Mac app. So it's a simple matter of downloading the Spotify app for the Mac and then, telling Audio Hijack to find that as a source. And I want to say it also supports title streaming. So
in the broadcasting block under metadata with the title streaming, I think that's one of the options. But you can do the same thing with Apple Music. You can do the same thing with any other application.
Yeah, this is Brad. Any app on that's on your Mac, you can tell it to listen to, or you can. There's other ways to do it too, but
and record.
Record. Yep.
Yeah. I like to create loopback. Virtual device, so I have a bunch of things in one, and then I just tell Audio Hijack what it is I want it to listen to, and I tell it to listen to the loopback, and then I can go in there and turn things on or off that I don't have to mess with Audio Hijack. It just, it's just a different way of skinning the same cat.
Yep.
Well, this is Dan. So Spotify is an input source.
It's an input source. Yes.
So what?
Or an application source. You can use it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this case, what are you inputting off of Spotify?
Whatever it's playing.
The music from Spotify.
You can go to a different Spotify channel or whatever. I mean, it's just an input source.
Yeah, so
like
Dan, if you had it set up, you would toggle over to your Spotify app. You would find a song you want to play, and you would press play. And then if your Audio Hijack configuration is correct, and that's what Jesse was saying was a problem with his girlfriend, it would play through this audio path. It would follow the blocks and ultimately broadcast out on his internet radio station.
Okay, I get it. So you're using Spotify as kind of an input playlist.
Right. It's like playing your MP3
what you're listening to.
Yeah, you can do that with YouTube or, like Brad said, Apple Music.
Apple Music or whatever. Yeah. You could use VLC or QuickTime and play MP3 files or whatever that's on your machine.
So this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
Something else that occurred to me with 26.2, and she's not on here because Christine had a very specific question about this last week. So if anybody could actually let her know this info. The option to search within the toolbar is back within Apple Music. It is a bit finicky, and you still have to constantly use the escape key, but it is working on 26. You can use Apple Music and search for songs again, but you can't do Command F to bring up the search bar. You have to find the toolbar, interact, and then VO space in the search field. Start typing what you're looking for. Hit escape to close out its auto-suggesting things, because otherwise it's going to decide what you're actually searching for, and that's not really what you're searching for. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of
trouble.
Go
ahead, Brad.
This is Brad. Since you've brought up Apple Music, Herbie, you know how delighted I am with what they've done to it in 26 point.
Oh, yes! I'm like you. I love what they did to it with this.
They've done more. I mean, I can now use the space bar to pause. It may not start playing again, but I can pause it. But I used to be, I would say, for example, I have album view. I used to be able to navigate to, what do we call it? The scroll area. It tells me I have how many columns and how many 100 rows. I can interact. I can type the first couple of letters of an artist or whatever, and I now am focused on the album I want. But when I do VO spacebar to open the album, it now just starts playing.
Yes, I've experienced that. Have you tried the actions menu?
No, but I have tried the shortcut menu, and there is a way to open in Apple Music.
Right.
And then it's a little tricky. I have to interact more than I used to. Yes. But I eventually get on the album, the track list.
Yes.
And it's still different. It was like a table, and I would navigate over to column 3 was the title, and then VO up and down arrow to what I wanted, and and then instead of VO spacebar to play, I've been having to press enter to play, but it seems like it's back to VO spacebar now. And I think sometimes I've been able to pause it and then resume, but other times either spacebar pauses it, but I can't get it to start resume where I left it off. So I don't know what they're doing. I've just decided I just used my iPhone and
broke it.
They messed it up bad. There's, I won't tell you how I really feel, but
I think we
I'm
know.
not happy with it.
I think we know.
I mean, we could pause the recording and then you could say how you really feel.
No, that's okay. It's a family show. Anyhow, no, I don't know why. I did okay when they changed it. When did they change it? They did something to it a couple of versions ago. Maybe it was for what the last one was, 15. But I learned to live with it. It was okay. I got real used to it real quick. But I don't know, man. It was weird in 26.0 and 26.1, and now they've messed it up big time again. And I don't know. I just randomly listen sometimes on my Mac, but it's much easier to use it on the iPhone.
All right. Well, use Spotify. No, if you have your own music.
No, I do not use
This is
Spotify.
Herbie. I did not like, there's some things I don't like about Spotify, and I didn't think it had the greatest design on the Mac, but, and there's some things I can't do with it, but this is a show that I can't talk about those things. So,
No, I pay for Apple Music. I'm in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question about the messaging. It's Shireen, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Shireen.
Okay, so now I admit I don't use it a lot because I'm usually texting on my phone. That's just where I am when I'm getting messages.
That's all right.
But I remember, so when I was trying to text, I do the Command N, put a name in, figure out how, I can't remember now how I'm getting to text, but what I can't figure out is how I read back up through, if I'm texting my husband, how do I read back up
from what you wrote or what he wrote?
From from him, responding to me.
All right. This is Herbie.
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, you still VO left until you get to the list of messages where it'll say like messages window, and you interact with that. And then if you do a VO end, it will take you to the bottom. Okay. And then you can just VO left through the list just the way you would on the iPhone, except you're VO lefting instead of swiping.
Swiping left.
Is it a messages conversation still in 26?
It's still it's still the same
collection
labels. It's just still the same collection and all that. It's just they're in two different places.
Right.
But if you're in the middle, if you're messaging somebody, the placement, if you're in the same conversation, isn't going to matter as much.
Right.
It's if you're switching conversations, that's when
you're in the same thread. You just VO left and right arrow to get from message to message.
Yes.
So, but if I'm texting him, am I in conversations? Not messages.
No, conversations is the list of different people.
Right.
Messages is the list of messages within the conversation.
Collection, right.
Collection.
That's the thread, the individual thread with your person. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So how do I, say I just want to text somebody else. How do I find them? Do I just have to
go to conversations?
Conversations and okay.
Or you do a Command N and start typing in their name, and they will show up, and you can VO space on them and either look through your message history, or you can start texting them.
Right there.
And this is Pete.
Yep.
And
the message where it'll say, make sure you're in the actual message edit field, but yes.
And you interact and uninteract to get in and out of the conversations to pick the person and then uninteract to go down to VO right arrow, and then it takes you to the messages collection, and then you interact with it, and then you're in that thread, and then you can VO left arrow.
Wait, Pete, say that again, Pete.
All right, you pick your husband. First, you go to the conversations collection, and you interact with that. Then you can VO right and left arrow to find your husband or your friend or a group that you're in, and then you VO space on that to pick your husband. Then uninteract, and then you're out of the conversations, the people. Then VO right arrow, and you go down, or in Herbie's saying now, I guess you go left to the messages collection, and that will get you into the thread, but you have to interact to get into that thread with your husband, and then you VO left and right arrow, and it takes you from one message to the next, or go back.
You can, so VOJ does still work as well, so you can try that instead of doing some of the interacting and stuff, and that might also work.
VOJ, so VOJ or VO Shift J, right?
Just VOJ.
Just VOJ. That jumps me. Okay.
Yep.
But I can text in there when I'm in the. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And we're talking about picking your husband within the conversation. Not picking your husband isn't picking your. Just.
You've already picked him.
I've already picked him.
That's irrevocable.
Definitely chosen.
I just want to make sure that we were clear on that point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We talk more than
Pete
the
didn't
Mac.
say pick your husband from the conversation list. He just said pick your husband.
Yeah, he did. He did at least once.
At least once, but still. Well.
Oh, no, it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Well, does anyone want to pick or think up or have a burning question to answer? We have a little bit of time. Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
I was thinking back to Herbie's impossible question. And is there a way, I know there is on your iPhone, because I've done it on my iPhone, on your Mac, can you turn off Bluetooth? So if before you're plugging in your headphones to charge them, you go up and you turn off Bluetooth, you turn off all Bluetooth.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
The answer is yes, but the reality is no, because if I turn off Bluetooth, first of all, I don't think it would solve the problem because it's using the USB connection to reconnect to the cloud, but more importantly, I would also lose my keyboard. So
that's right. You got more than one Bluetooth device.
Yeah, just a slight problem for me on the desktop. So
way to think about solutions, though. That's a great. Okay,
But that is a thought. You could turn off Bluetooth when you're trying to use it on, but it's still going to connect to the Mac when you plug the wire in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's not going to solve that issue.
No.
But good try, Robert.
That was a great thought.
It was. And I forget that for you laptop users, that is not as big of a deal because you still would have your keyboard. So, yeah.
Right.
Well, you can always use a wired keyboard on your desktop. So
it's a little bit awkward with how my Mac is positioned, but yes, it can be done because I have my computers in a position where they're far away from my desk mic so that there's no fan interference, and that's great when you're wireless, when you're wired, and depending on the length of your cord and how that can make things a bit more interesting, but we'll talk about my setup another time.
All right. Any other thoughts, questions?
At least he gets to be called the good Robert because he was thinking about something. So,
Herbie, give a poor guy a break.
I did. I said he was a good Robert today.
I never knew him to be a quote unquote bad Robert. So
because you're not on the Mac Buzz. That's the things you miss. No, they're both good Roberts.
Yes.
So.
Good job, Robert. Disregard the man behind the curtain.
Always.
Well, we have about 10 minutes, and Herbie, do you want to do the prize now, or do you want to wait another 5 minutes?
You're the facilitator. You tell me what to do.
Believe it or not, you are the facilitator.
Yeah, well, he's writing down all the names and numbers and stuff. But let's go ahead and do it now. So as I said at the beginning, we have a $50 gift card up for grabs in the random draw. So take it away, Herbie.
All right, folks, we have 13 people on here. That are eligible. Some of us are not. So I have not included us in that list. I'm going to have Siri pick the number between 1 and 13. And so whoever she picks is who gets it.
2020, 13 notifications.
Pick a number between 1 and 13.
A random number between 1 and 13 is 6.
Number 6. All right.
I knew she was going to say 6.
In the middle.
And number 6.
Oh, he's got the sounds.
Belongs to Giza.
All right, Giza.
Oh, thank you very much.
You just need.
Congratulations, Giza. Speech.
Okay, Herbie. That's a little overdone, but yes.
I don't think so. If Michael McCullough can do it, so can I. So I can also go ding, 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 ding.
But his ends after 7 seconds.
Yeah,
yours is going on 7 minutes.
Thank you very much, everyone. Happy holidays.
Yeah. Do you want to send an email to, if you can send an email to ibugtoday@gmail.com, or since I already have your email address, I can give it to them.
Okay, sure. Or even if you have my email, you can send it to me.
All right, I'll send them your, what?
Yeah, sure. You can give it to give it to them my email address, or even you can send it to me. That's fine.
Okay, I will do that. Well, thank you, Giza, for being here and participating and listening. And yeah.
Address is herbie.allen@gmail.com. Oh, no, that's not.
If Amazon sells dinners on you next week.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys. You were very kind. Thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All
and
right.
Giza is also one of our former students as well.
He is.
Class, so.
Yep.
So a student, and yep. So there you go. All right, congratulations, and to the rest of you.
Hope you like Amazon. All right.
And
I'd like to send a shout out to Eli. Hey, Eli.
Yeah, hi, Eli.
Eli's coming. And
all
what's
the way
nice
from Kuala Lumpur.
Yep.
And what I was going to say, though, is Giza also, it's great that Giza got an Amazon gift card because thanks to my mini lessons.
Hey, guy.
Hello.
Yep. What I was going to say is thanks to my mini lessons, Giza now knows how to use Amazon on his Mac. So he can use that Amazon. Too bad I didn't talk about where to go to put in gift cards, but it's on the. You click the link and it'll let you add it to your account, and you can use the navigation techniques we taught you to find buttons and all that type of stuff, and quicker. And there you go. So no pressure, just using the lessons that we taught you to.
Yes. So, keeping that in mind, does anyone have any final questions before we go?
Shireen?
Yeah.
Can you just remind me quickly, this was in text edit, how the info dialog, is it Option I or Command I?
All right.
In text edit?
Not in text edit.
No, that's wrong. I thought that was in the text edit.
It was in the text edit lesson.
Yes.
Trying to get info
but you did it.
File.
We did it in Finder.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just remembering the lesson that you were teaching.
Yeah. So we did Command I.
Command I. Okay, because other places Command I is italics, right? Like so.
Yeah, actually, inside text edit, that's true in a document.
So this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
Yeah, Command I is italics and Option I is circumflex.
Circumflex. Okay. But then the item chooser is
VOI.
VOI. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Eyes have it.
Yeah.
And you can, I don't know, can you find I know I was going to say get info is also in the file menu, and it's also in the shortcut menu when focused on a file.
It is.
The item chooser, I don't think that's in a menu anywhere.
No. It's a voiceover thing. It's VOI.
Yeah, it's a voiceover
and
thing,
so
it's not going to be. Yeah.
You use it to search for things within a window or an app or whatever.
I just was thinking, but you're right. It's voiceover, so it's not going to be
It's not going to pop up.
Those are Mac OS things.
An accent.
Oh, accent. Like a grav.
Yeah, but it's like the upside down triangle.
Upside down.
Oh, good. I didn't know what it was either. I just know that's what it does.
It's in certain you see it in certain words and
circumflex.
Not to be confused with a darsus.
A what?
A darsus.
Well, that may be what it is, because a darsus is in certain Scandinavian languages, and it's like a. But I've always seen it as a triangle with the point down, but it doesn't have the line at the top.
Right.
It's like a greater than sign that's pointing down.
And that means gibberish. You're speaking Greek to Braille.
Visual people,
Yep.
So you know what the greater than sign looks like in Braille, right? It's the 135. That sort of sideways triangle. So if you flip it,
used to be a 4-6 and a .2.
Hey, that's Nemeth, Herbie.
Oh, good. That they haven't changed. Good.
Oh, no, that's
I don't read Braille, so
or .4 and .156 used to be the non-Nemeth method. That's right.
No, it's and it still is. It's .4, 345 is greater than, .4, 126 is less than.
Wait, say that one more time. .4,
1, 2, and then followed by dots 1, 2, 6 is less than. And this is we're talking about good UEB, and in the greater than sign is .4 and then dots 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Also opposite. They flip each other. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get used to UEB? Like I'm tripping over this.
You try to write notes in it and see, like back in 2016, you try to write notes in it and you see how well your notes actually come out when they're translated, and then you learn, and then you eventually take a UEB class from Hadley, and then you decide you want to try the literary Braille transcribing certification course thingy after all, and so you go through that. And
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
One way to get used to UEB, and I'm not exactly an expert, but one way to get used to it is if you use Braille screen input on your phone. The default method is UEB, so you know that is a way to get used to it with constantly writing. So,
and sadly, the Mac does have a keyboard ability. I have not tried it in the most recent 26.2, but you should, theoretically have been able to do Option Y and then use your home. No, you're right. Via Y, and then use your home row to simulate a Braille keyboard, but that has not worked out so great.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm tying it back to the Mac. Yeah, go ahead, Jessica.
The mention of the circumflex made me realize I'd meant to ask when we were doing the text edit lesson about how to do accents, because you sometimes will see the acute or the grave.
Yes. Okay. So one way that I found is, one, if you hold down the Option key with letters, but it does some weird things. It doesn't quite. The other thing is, I read somewhere, and it does work, if you hold down a letter for a few seconds, or maybe you can then lift up on it, and then you can right and left arrow, and you'll find different accent marks for that letter, like the acute and the
keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
VoiceOver announce that when you do that?
Yeah, you have to use your arrow keys to find it, but.
Do you use VO arrow or just arrow key? Just arrow key.
Yeah.
Because so that's sort of like the visual when I used to be able to.
Yeah, and
you'll hold down the key, and it would give you a line, and you could just move across with the arrow key and pick which accent you wanted.
Yeah, and it's kind of like on the iPhone. If you hold down the E key, or if you eventually, as you're holding it down, it's going to bring up alternate characters. So it's kind of the same thing.
So on the Mac, do you right arrow, left arrow, then do you press Enter to select the one that you arrow to?
I think You can just right arrow or left arrow, and then you can either, press a space or keep typing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, so that's the selection when you stop, wherever you stop and keep going.
Right.
Select
space to move on. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow. What do you know? I mean, I didn't realize I use it so infrequently, but yeah. Okay. Well, that's a neat note to end on.
And for the record, I will say we've behind the scenes we figured out the Zoom thing on the Mac, and
nobody cares. I don't even really want to explain.
Nobody cares.
I wasn't going to explain, but again, you got to think for historical archives. There could be somebody.
We didn't even fully explain what the issue was exactly, so let's not.
There's two host tools options.
Yeah, Herbie.
Okay.
Stop.
Oh,
all right.
I was trying to be positive. I wasn't going to.
I know. Well, I am going to wish everyone a happy holiday season.
Everybody.
Merry Christmas. I know Hanukkah is over, but whatever you celebrate, have a happy holiday season.
And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Holiday.